devoted himself to pastoral work, but he actually died before the gospel apostles got along with his successor. So that was in that sense, a smooth transition, but not the moment had to be post.
I think too, it's also the first time in many centuries now that our moving father is going to have to benefit the prayers of his predecessor, and I would think that would be a tremendous support. Prayers on earth, exactly.
Well, it's an interesting question whether they would consult together. It's hard to say. Obviously the new folk would feel he has a lot to learn from the previous pope, but on the other hand, would he feel as though I've got to do this in my own way? If they have learned,
we promise when something goes on that balcony, not only will you see it, but we'll be quiet to let you just experience it along with us so that you can watch with us. But got lights on. Everyone's watching this place.
So I would imagine a few moments from now, very soon, if then the Cardinal Tarot will arrive to give us the famous Habemus Papam, and then we'll know. And so we'll begin the pontificate of yes. We won't say because we've got all our homework done, so we'll not worry.
Do you think the same jitters as anyone else would have going out into a balcony like that? What do you think that's like? The one who's
Cardinal Tarot?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I don't know, maybe he knows, he's been knowing for weeks that's his job. So all I know, he's been practicing at home that he's not. But I think when you step out of that balcony, that's one of the things that is about the ceremonial that's so important.
We have shadows twitching behind the curtains. We've been told to stand by, so we may be seeing something.
I'm sure that
there might be lots of shadows.
Well, someone has to open the door. Cardinal Taro's job is not to open the door. Someone has to hold the book and all the rest of it. But he may have been practicing. But one of the things about ceremonial law that's so important is that no one else, you don't practice this, you don't have your own balcony somewhere else. And so the ceremony, it emphasizes in its utter singularity that this office is utterly singular. And that's why the central loggia is so important. That's why the basilica is so important. That's why the ceremony is so important. The smoke and the bells and the people running to the square. All of that emphasizes that this office is utterly singular. And it's utterly singular because Christ is utterly singular. It's only one Christ, only one church, only one flock, and therefore there can be only one vicar, one shepherd. And so all of that is reinforced by the singularity of this moment, which, although very dramatic and very compelling, even in a media age, it's not just dramatic and compelling for human reason. It expresses the faith of the church in who Peter is and the importance of Peter in the church.
And Jim, there are precedents for each of these things, aren't there? In each of these traditions, you probably know quite a bit about how all of these things came to be. Anything you can tell us about the whole balcony? Is that just something that's always been part of it since it was church in the world and witnessing this historic announcement. We're going to just let you watch along with us.
Annuncio vobis Gaudium Magnum, Habemus Papam. Eminentissimum ac reverendissimum Dominum Georgium Marium Sancte Romani Ecclesiae Cardinalem Bergoglio, qui sibi nomen imposuit Franciscum.
we've got Jorge Bergoglio is our new Holy Father. He's the Archbishop of Buenos Aires in Argentina, and he's a Jesuit, and he has taken the name Francis. Church, and now they're chanting his name, I assume. Reaction, Father Raymond? Were you expecting that?
No, you heard me say what I thought earlier, and actually, to be honest, Cardinal Bergoglio, now Pope Francis, and I don't know if he called Francis the First or just Francis. We haven't had Francis before. He's a Jesuit, which is very interesting. He didn't choose Ignatius, he chose Francis. I'm not sure he chose Francis of Assisi or Francis Xavier, who was the great Jesuit, but he's an Argentinian cardinal. He's the Archbishop of Buenos Aires, and in 2005, he was the candidate as the Lord who got the second most votes, and very well respected. But it was thought that 8 years later, at the age of 76, that his time had passed. But obviously the cardinals who had been in his camp in 2005 were still there, and others as well. So, first pope, of course, from Latin America, which is an enormous joy for the church, which is mostly Latin American. I'm sure in Buenos Aires at the moment that the streets are filled with people in all over Latin America. For the first Latin American pope, Jorge Bergoglio, a Jesuit, which is not common. The first Jesuit pope. We didn't think so long we got one.
Exactly. No, exactly. I think it certainly is a surprise. It's not one of the top candidates that anyone would talk about. Also older, an older man than perhaps many talk about. There's, of course, a lot of buzz going in that the Cardinals would be looking to someone perhaps in their 60s. Obviously, the Cardinals old, I believe it's 76 years old. So, back to
papal master of ceremonies.
On your way.
Looking at a room filled with pilgrims cheering for him and praying for him, as we are all around the world. We hear the band playing for us. That's our first Jesuit pope. That's our first Latin American pope. So many ways.
Argentinian flags in the piazza, which there'll be many more than that.
And we have 76 years old. I'm pretty sure that's his.
Yes.
He looks like a healthy. Yes.
And there you see, if you look on the balconies on either side, there are the cardinals all lined up there, trying to see how the world greets their work.
Let's see a moment of glory and pride.
You can see Pope Francis there, he's standing and taking it in. I think you feel the weight of the moment on him.
This is an incredible surprise.
I don't know, I'm kind of wondering if I should say something good talk, but here you go.
Buonasera. Voi sapete che il dovere del conclave era di dare un vescovo a Roma. Sembra che i miei fratelli cardinali sono andati a prenderlo quasi alla fine del mondo, ma siamo qui. Vi ringrazio per l'accoglienza, la comunità diocesana di Roma, al suo vescovo, grazie. E prima di tutto vorrei fare una preghiera per il nostro Vescovo Emerito, Benedetto XVI. Preghiamo tutte insieme per lui, perché il Signore lo benedica e la Madonna lo custodisca. Padre nostro che sei nei cieli, sia santificato il tuo nome, venga il tuo regno, sia fatta la tua volontà, come in cielo così in terra. Dacci oggi il nostro pane quotidiano e rimetti a noi i nostri debiti, come noi lo rimettiamo ai nostri debitori, e non ci indurre in tentazione, ma liberaci dal male. Ave Maria, piena di grazia, il Signore è con te, benedetta tra le donne, e benedetto il frutto del tuo seno, Gesù. Santa Maria, Madre di Dio, prega per noi peccatori, adesso e nell'ora della nostra morte. Gloria al Padre, e al Figlio, e allo Spirito Santo, come era nel principio, e ora e sempre, e nei secoli dei secoli. E adesso incominciamo questo cammino, vescovo e popolo, questo cammino della Chiesa di Roma, che è quella che presiede nella carità tutte le chiese, un cammino di fratellanza, d'amore a tutte le chiese, di fiducia, di fratellanza,
A way of fraternity, of love, of trust in
preghiamo il mondo, sempre per noi, che ci sia una grande fratellanza, preghiamo per tutto il mondo.
we pray for all the one for the other, because we are together one great fraternity.
Ti auguro che questo cammino di chiesa
Who begin this way of the church, in this beautiful city. So he's speaking specifically now about his role as Bishop of Rome in relation to his cardinal vicar. Now,
vorrei dare la benedizione.
Now I will give my blessing, but before I ask you a favor. Before the bishop blesses the people, I ask you to ask the Lord to bless me. So before the bishop blesses the people, I ask that you ask the Lord that he might bless me. We together in silence. So he asks in silence, may the people pray over me, or pray for the Lord to bless me. An extraordinary moment there of the silence of that enormous crowd praying for the new Pope. He says, before I bless you as your new bishop, as your new Pope, I ask that you ask the Lord to bless me. Now, one of the cardinal assistants is saying that the Pope Francis is going to bless all the people here present, and also bless all those who are following by the means of television and radio and internet lecture. And concedes to everyone present who received the blessing the plenary indulgence.